The abuse of social welfare programs by certain individuals is a serious and growing concern that undermines the very purpose of these initiatives, to provide genuine support for vulnerable populations. Among the most egregious examples of systemic exploitation is the fraudulent behavior of single mothers who file false claims about their children having psychological disorders or learning disabilities. This deceitful practice often involves claiming benefits such as supplemental security income, Social Security disability insurance, and other forms of public assistance, while simultaneously maximizing child support payments and other state and federal welfare programs like SNAP, Section 8 housing, and LIHEAP. Such abuse not only siphons resources away from families who genuinely need them, but also perpetuates cycles of dependency and fraud that cost taxpayers billions of dollars annually. This narrative will explore the mechanisms of such exploitation, supported by relevant statistics and scholarly research, while highlighting the broader implications for public policy and social equity. A key strategy employed by exploitative individuals involves filing false or exaggerated claims that their children suffer from psychological disorders, such as autism spectrum disorder, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder, or generalized anxiety disorder. These diagnoses, when approved, can qualify children for SSI benefits, a program designed to provide financial assistance to low-income families with disabled children. A single child receiving SSI due to a disability can bring in monthly payments averaging $800 to $1,100, depending on the state. For families with multiple children, each falsely labeled with a disorder, the benefits multiply. A 2021 report from the Social Security Administration found that nearly 1.2 million children received SSI benefits due to mental disorders, accounting for over 60% of all child SSI cases. While many of these cases are legitimate, the loose verification processes leave room for fraudulent claims. A study published in the Journal of Public Economics in 2019 estimated that up to 15% of child disability claims contain elements of fraud or misrepresentation, costing the system an estimated $5 billion annually. Simultaneously, some single mothers manipulate child support systems to further increase their income. By reporting little to no income, they can secure the maximum allowable child support payments from multiple fathers. Courts calculate child support obligations based on the paying parent's income, while the custodial parent's financial contributions are often overlooked, especially when they report being unemployed or underemployed. This creates a perverse incentive for some individuals to underreport their earnings or engage in cash-only work to avoid detection. The exploitation doesn't stop at disability claims and child support. Fraudulent individuals often exploit a variety of additional public assistance programs. For instance, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, allows fraudulent recipients to claim food assistance for each child, potentially receiving hundreds of dollars monthly. Then there's Section 8 housing assistance. By claiming zero or minimal income, these individuals qualify for subsidized or even free housing, which lets them live in accommodations well beyond their means. And let's not forget the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program, or LIHEAP. By reporting low income, they can receive subsidies for utility bills. Medicaid and CHIP also come into play, providing free or reduced-cost healthcare for their children under the guise of disability or low income. Each program, when combined, creates a lucrative income stream, effectively making fraud a full-time occupation. The financial toll of such fraud is staggering. According to a 2023 report by the Government Accountability Office, improper payments across federal programs, including Social Security and Medicaid, reached $247 billion in fiscal year 2022. A significant portion of these improper payments stemmed from fraudulent claims. In the SSI program alone, improper payments due to fraud or misrepresentation accounted for $4.2 billion. Moreover, a 2020 study published in the American Economic Review highlighted that fraudulent claims in public assistance programs contribute to a drain on resources that could otherwise be allocated to those in genuine need. For example, Every fraudulent disability claim approved means one less spot for a child with a legitimate disability. This displacement effect is particularly harmful in programs like SSI, which operate with capped budgets. One of the most insidious consequences of welfare fraud is the stigma it creates for legitimate recipients. When fraud becomes widespread, it erodes public trust in social welfare programs, leading to calls for stricter eligibility requirements. These tightened regulations often harm families who genuinely rely on these benefits, creating additional barriers for those in need. Research has shown that fraudulent welfare claims can create a cycle of dependency, where individuals manipulate the system rather than seek sustainable employment or education opportunities. A 2018 study in the Journal of Economic Behavior and Organization found that families engaging in welfare fraud are more likely to teach similar practices to their children, perpetuating a multi-generational cycle of dependency and exploitation. The Mississippi Medicaid Fraud Case 2019. A single mother with 6 children falsely claimed that 4 of them had autism and severe learning disabilities. She collected over $250,000 in SSI, Medicaid, and other benefits over 5 years before being caught. An investigation revealed that the children had never been formally diagnosed by a licensed professional, and the claims were based on fabricated medical records. The Florida SNAP Fraud Ring, 2021. A group of single mothers, many with multiple children from different fathers, was found to be defrauding SNAP by underreporting income and inflating household sizes. Together, they collected over $1.8 million in fraudulent benefits before being arrested. Enhanced verification processes. All disability claims for children should require thorough medical reviews by independent specialists, rather than relying solely on documentation provided by the claimant. Data sharing across agencies. Integrating data from child support enforcement, Social Security, and public assistance programs would make it easier to detect inconsistencies and potential fraud. Stronger penalties for fraud. Increasing criminal penalties and restitution requirements for welfare fraud could serve as a deterrent. Public awareness campaigns. Educating the public about the consequences of welfare fraud, both for taxpayers and legitimate recipients, could reduce its prevalence. The exploitation of welfare programs by single mothers making false claims about their children's disabilities is a reprehensible practice that undermines the integrity of social safety nets. While these programs are vital for supporting families in genuine need, their misuse drains resources, stigmatizes legitimate recipients, and perpetuates cycles of fraud and dependency. Addressing this issue requires not only stricter oversight and enforcement, but also a cultural shift toward greater accountability and responsibility in public assistance programs. Without decisive action, the abuse of these systems will continue to harm both taxpayers and the truly vulnerable populations they are meant to protect.